Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to go over a story titled, Am I the A-hole for bailing on anniversary plans with my boyfriend last minute for a friend's emergency? And guys, this is a multi-part story, many updates here, about a young gal, she's only 20 years old, who has now been dumped by her boyfriend because he's sick and tired of her always choosing her loser, alcoholic male friend over him. And this all happens because she blows 1-year anniversary plans with her boyfriend, and all this drama. And in the end, things are handled right, and of course she's pulling the woe is me crap. This once again proves, for you relationship guys, why you don't get in relationships with gals that have male friends, particularly ones that they refuse to give up. Because a lot of times these guys are their friends because either A, they're hoping one day to hook up with her to get her, B, she's previously hooked up with them but keeps them around, hangs out with them, all sorts of things that are just not a good situation. And if you as a guy aren't going to have any girls you hang out with, text, whatever, then it's reasonable to say, hey, have terms to say, well, no guys you're hanging out with. And if she has a problem with that, then too bad. Those are your terms for a relationship, amongst other things that should be there, because it can really blow up on your face. And I'm sure some of you guys have experienced this in some degree. And you're going to see how this story is a perfect example of what I have to say. She says, my boyfriend, a 21-year-old male, and I, a 20-year-old female, had fancy dinner plans and tickets to the movies to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. We were both super excited about it and planned it a while ago. However, about an hour before our reservation, I got a message from my close friend. He texted me saying he's having a family emergency and he really needs some support and someone to talk to right now, and asked me to come over. What are you going to do? Go over there and change his tampon? For God's sakes, 1 hour before you had this anniversary date? He knew what he was doing. He's sabotaging. And of course, what does she do? I've been friends with this person for years, and I've also been there to support him and cheer him up as he has some family home issues. Aw, damaged guy. So I called my boyfriend, who was driving back from work, to tell him we'd have to cancel because I had to go there for a friend, and he got mad, even though I told him it was out of my hands. What a load of crap. No, you can tell your guy friend, which you shouldn't have anyway, this guy shouldn't allow it, that I have a special thing with my boyfriend tonight, and I'm sure it can wait. You'll be okay, because of course you are a grown-ass man. But no, who did she go running to? I then hung up because I didn't want to carry on driving and being on a cell, especially if he's angry, and said I'll speak to him later. So like that, she goes run off to the male friend to fix him. Meanwhile, the boyfriend's chopped liver. Right then and there, I've been like, you know what? Nope, we're done. End of freaking story. And I'm sure this isn't the first incident with this male friend. This is why I say, guys, you have a girlfriend, certainly a wife, she ain't having male friends to hang out with, text with, all that. Because they're usually, these guys are hot for them and she's hot for them. Cut to me coming home a few hours later, and he was pissed off. We then got into an argument, and he said that I prioritized another guy over him, and that my friend is a grown man who could have waited until the next morning to have me come over. Exactly. He also got more mad when I couldn't tell him what the emergency was that ruined what was meant to be a special day, even though that's my friend's personal information and is not my business to share. Please. If this guy went running off 1 hour before their anniversary date to help some female friend who this girl who guaranteed liked him, you don't think she'd have a problem with this? Please. But wait till you find out some details about this guy. He's an alcoholic, a damaged guy. I felt that it was very insensitive of him to not understand why I had to go and be there for a good friend of mine. And yeah, we lost a bit of money for tickets, but we can just reschedule. You mean he lost money for tickets? And if he's staying with her, she can refund him for the money he spent on these things. But I can see why he's frustrated. It's our first anniversary, and he planned it a while ago. Plus, I got angry at him for being insensitive, which only heated the argument and made it worse. It's been a few days since the fight, and he's still being frosty to me, waiting for me to apologize, and now I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure if I handled it right. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, you're the a-hole, because your boyfriend, you dumped your boyfriend to go hang out with your male friend, your damaged male friend. Now, guys, You know the stereotype, as I mentioned before, about gals having that guy, that damaged guy they're drawn to fix him. The guy has all the problems, and she's at the beck and call because, of course, she's attracted to him and attracted to his drama and all that. It's amazing. Never have a girlfriend, guys, that has these close guy friends or friend that they have to go running to and all that. It's just nothing but trouble. And this guy knows what he's doing. He's deliberately sabotaging things and wants her. If I was his boyfriend, I would have broken up with her right on the spot and said, nope, because clearly I guarantee this isn't the first issue. But don't worry, our guy handles things correctly in the end. Now for her update. She says, after reading everyone's comments, I realized I was in the wrong and didn't prioritize correctly. No shit, honey. I came off pretty defensive at first, but after thinking about what people said, I shouldn't have been. I apologized to my boyfriend and told him nothing like this would ever happen again. Sure, honey. He's still pretty mad, but after a serious conversation about setting boundaries between me and this friend, he's willing to move past it. Smack! Okay, watch what happens. He did say if it happens again, or if I cross any boundaries with his friend, that he's gone, so it obviously did affect him more than I thought. I'm willing to respect this and try to consider my boyfriend's feelings more while still being there for my friend. We've rebooked our tickets and dinner for the next weekend, and hopefully it can still be special. Things are tarnished, honey, and I certainly hope that she's paying for everything, and this boyfriend's giving her another chance. I guarantee this is not the first incident, like I said, and if she hasn't hooked up with this guy in the past, I'd be very surprised. What I will say is the emergency message I got from my friend at the time didn't have much detail, so I didn't know how serious it was. Obviously, when I got to his place, he was very upset, but it wasn't life and death, and in hindsight, it could have waited until the next morning. There you go. He's a grown-ass man. He has to have his girl come running to him, and there him, his female friend. He is sabotaging their relationship, and he knows darn well. But this is obviously the guy that she wants, but for whatever reason, she's not with. I'm not trying to make excuses. Yes, you are. I just thought some comments were a little harsh. I care for my boyfriend very much, and I'm happy we got this resolved. Well, your actions demonstrate that you care far more for your male friend than your boyfriend, and your boyfriend knows this. The comments about my friend's alcoholism made me realize that I need to give him the resource to help him help himself, which I will do if he's open to it. Alcoholism, how wonderful. The damaged guy from the damaged family, alcoholic. It's amazing how they go running to these and flocking to these guys that are damaged, drugs, alcohol, and that. They're going to fix him. I know I can fix that guy. No, you can't. And I bet her boyfriend's probably a stand-up guy. No problems. Nope. Who does she go running to? I've never had someone I care about deal with alcohol issues, and I was a bit naive to think I could help him without professionals. I spoke to my friend on the phone this morning, and even though he was very defensive, he agreed to meet with me to talk about the next steps for him getting help. A defensive alcoholic, imagine that. I got a family member, lifelong alcohol and prescription drug problems, out of rehab many times, tried to off themselves. I'm being very vague here on who this family member is. I know all the signs, all the BS, and defensive goes right along with it. And by the way, they're master bullshitters and manipulators. His dad is threatening to kick him out of the house, so I think that was a bit of a wake-up call for him. Also, I don't believe my friend had any malicious intent when he asked for my help, and won't be cutting him off like some of you suggested. Oh, I guarantee you, he knew what he was doing. He wants to have you all to himself, but still not having to commit to you. I think healthy boundaries to prevent any misunderstandings will do. That's the update for you. You were asking for one. Now on to our next update, because it ain't over. She said, I wasn't going to update again, but people were asking for one, and everything kind of went to shit. Really? Everything went to shit with the damaged guy who's an alcoholic. Huh. Me and my boyfriend went over to my friend's house to have the talk about getting professional help, and they kept throwing little digs at each other throughout the whole thing. Why did she bring her boyfriend there? Huh? Because she knew there'd be drama. She knew there'd be turmoil, and she probably liked two guys fighting over her. It ended up escalating to a full-blown argument between them, and I'm not going to lie, they were getting in each other's faces, and I didn't really know what to do. What'd you expect that was going to happen? Right? And obviously, the so-called friend has a problem with his boyfriend here. He's trying to create more problems. This is why that boyfriend should have dumped her. Should have gotten with her in the first place. And I guarantee you, she loves every minute of it. I ended up dragging my boyfriend to leave, and we went back home where we had a pretty big fight. During the argument, my boyfriend had snatched my phone and saw texts my friend was sending me apologizing about arguing with my boyfriend and asking if I was okay. My boyfriend kind of snapped and said, either you never speak to him again or we are done. I stated that's so unfair when literally the day before we were moving on from this and I wanted to come over to a compromise. Yeah, you're moving on because he gave you another chance, which you shouldn't have. And then she got him to go along over there, which was dumb from him. And then all this drama all over again. That guy's getting in his face. He's marking his territory, that friend. And so, of course, the boyfriend's upset. He said he was really hurt that I'm not taking the relationship as seriously as he is. Well, that's the problem when the man is more into the relationship than the woman is. To skip a lot back and forth, we couldn't agree and decided to break up. Good. I think it was more like he decided to break up. This was never going to work. And now she can go running off to her damaged alcoholic friend and see how well that goes. I didn't actually think we'd break up over this, so I was kind of shocked, but if he wants to throw our relationship away because of this, then fine. Throw your relationship away. You have a shitty relationship. You care more about your scumbag friend who's deliberately manipulating you and the situation than your boyfriend, who obviously is a good guy and cares about you. Then you get what you deserve. And I hope this guy, I obviously feel pretty down about it. Before this, we never had any problems, and now it's over because of some shitty decisions that I apologize for. But then I would feel so guilty if I dropped my friend who's struggling when he's always been there for me, especially during a tough time in my teens. Oh, for God's sakes. Well, here's the question. Why aren't you an item? Why aren't you a couple? Because obviously this guy isn't relationship material, but she goes running back to him every time. My boyfriend clearly didn't believe in me when I said I would never prioritize anyone over him again. That's what you did. You went running off to him again and brought your boyfriend along, and he probably went along just to see, probably have words with this guy, and still he could tell that this guy's more important. So, bullshit. I think what some of you guys said was right. The damage was already done, and I didn't want to accept it. No shit. You want accept of accountability? No. I tried to speak to my boyfriend the next couple of days, but he didn't want to hear anything I had to say, which made me very uncomfortable for a few days living together. Yeah, they're living together. That must be nice. I'm gonna stay with a friend in 2 days, as she was looking for a roommate anyway. A part of me wants to try and reconcile with my ex-boyfriend, but then a part of me knows I should just let it go because I'm not going to be happy going no contact with my friend, and he's not happy with the friendship. There you go. At the end of the day, she's gonna stay with the friend. Now, one could say friendships before relationships come first, but this guy clearly is damaged, effed up, and all that. I guarantee you, the second she's now broken up with this guy, the friend's going to just be like, towards her. Even if I wanted to go no contact, blah, 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 it wouldn't have worked if he's in my friendship circle. He would be at all our get-togethers and try to talk to me anyway. A part of me is confused about my friend now. He provoked my boyfriend when he knew we were on rocky grounds. What's confusing? He's jealous. He wants all your attention on him. He's stirring up crap. What's so hard to figure that out? I mean, she's 20 years old, but she's not that young. I hate that I'm having to question a friendship that I've had for years, but I did say I would give him the benefit of the doubt this time, and maybe I'll end up regretting it. That we'll see. Oh, you'll regret it. However, he's now starting AA meetings, which I'm proud of him for, and I'm hoping he sticks with it. He's really apologetic about the role he played in our breakup and says he's really going to get his shit together and be a better friend to me. Bullshit. He's not sorry. He did that all on purpose. He was sabotaging everything. Come on here. And this dumb broad is falling for it every time. Anyway, I think I'm just going to take some time to myself, process everything, and be single for a bit because it's actually too much stress. Too much stress. Your boyfriend wasn't giving you too much stress. You were allowing the stress in your life because, newsflash, sweetheart, you like drama. She says, I also feel like I need to add here that I've now cut my friend off. I messaged him yesterday and he kept asking to talk about and explain himself in person, so I blocked him. Just need to clear it up before some people think I haven't. So in the end, she's realized temporarily this guy obviously is trouble, and now she's cut him off and has blocked him. And now she's lost a boyfriend who was good to her. Well, you know what? That's what she deserves. And I say good for this guy for ending it with her, and he's obviously not trying to get back with her, and moving on. So this again proves, guys, If your girlfriend, you start a relationship with a gal, and she has a bunch of guy friends that are like her brothers, and she can't give up, don't waste your time getting involved with her. And you have every right as men to say, look, all right, you want to be exclusive? Because, of course, she's supposed to bring it up first. Okay, but there's going to be some things like no girls' nights, the clubbing and partying and hoeing, no social media displaying yourself out there for the world, and no guy friends that you're hanging out with and texting and talking to and all that. And those are my terms. And if that's not what you want, you don't like that, then okay, we're not going to be exclusive. But if we are, then you're going to do that. You're not going to see me displaying myself on social media. You're not going to see me going to strip clubs and out whoring myself. You don't see me hanging out with other girls, talking to other girls. And if she has a problem with it, fine. You lay out your terms. But this is the problem, type of bullshit that can happen. Now some comments here. One guy says here, hey, here's an idea so you can get better understanding. Why don't you ask others in the friend group? I'm willing to bet that they've all seen this bullshit your supposed friend has been pulling. Be sure to ask them for full honesty and be prepared to be ridiculed by them. And seriously, quit trying to put any blame on your ex because he told you what would happen, not if, but when you crossed the line. He told her. You threw away the relationship he chose to drop someone who doesn't care about him. Multiple people, including myself, told you in the first post that you consistently prioritize the alcoholic over your now ex-boyfriend. I can also guarantee that your friend has been bragging to others that you'll always choose him. If you want a real life with less drama, seek professional mental help. Go no contact with your friend and gray rock him in social settings. You'll see quickly that everyone except you was right about him and his manipulations. Exactly. Another one. For the record, he didn't throw your relationship away. You did. From the beginning to the end, you kept placing your loser friend ahead of your boyfriend out of some misguided loyalty from your teens. It probably has been infatuated with you since then and had an ulterior motives to help you then, so you'd owe him. Exactly. And now he's driven your boyfriend so far with verbal jabs, he saw no other way out than the ultimatum. And again, you chose a manipulative loser over your boyfriend you saw a future with. It's not that hard, and you fail time and again. You come across as a caring person, if not a bit of a pushover. Maybe you can still save it if you cut the loser out. She's not caring towards her boyfriend who's good to her. She's caring to the damaged alcoholic loser. So no, she's not caring, girl. Otherwise, there will be two options. Marry the loser or have him try to sabotage all your future relationships until you find someone who you're willing to place above the loser. Yeah, this guy will keep doing the same thing in future relationships with her. Also, he says, I'm interested to know what was said in the confrontations that made you place your romantic partners feeling second. And has this dude signed up for help you couldn't provide anyway? And anyway, that is that. Anyway, guys, lots of lessons in the story, and good for that guy for finally moving on here. And I'm sure he's learned a very valuable lesson in the future about having girlfriends with guy friends. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.